Whew.
Secretly, no, he's...
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Secretly, Gunnar Gunnarsson, how are you
He is going to
doing?
knock you into a grave.
Wow.
Well, wow, Doki, you've really changed. That's like, what, 3 extra feet today that I can see on the screen? It's a perfect way to start off with an interview with Navi is to make Doki small jokes. But let's talk about this for a moment here, Secretly, starting off with the bans. It's unusual to see the 4 operators that were banned on this chalet. It's the first chalet that we get to see in this stage overall. But you banned the Yana and the Mute. Could you please talk to me about those 2 op bans before we talk about Kovana?
Well, basically the Yana ban was more a case of we just want to make them feel, or well, both of them really, were about making them feel uncomfortable. And there are those types of things where if you throw these bans into the mix and teams are not used to them, they can be extremely effective. And even if the teams don't run them all that often, just for one bomb site or whatever, it creates doubt in the opponent's mind. So that's really why why we did it for this game. We didn't really have any particular reason. We just thought, hey, what could be good? Yeah, mute ban. Sure, let's do it. So,
I like it. It's experimental, right?
Yeah.
In the past, we used to only look at G2 in that way. It's good to see it really spreading all around. Do you think that Elian or Rooney ban from Kovana affected you in any way?
It did affect us for sure. Like we had to switch up our operator lineups, especially the Aruni on defense. Didn't we run it? But at the end of the day, we were prepared for those scenarios. It wasn't like that big of a deal, to be honest. And in fact, we had already prepared to swap out the Aruni on one bomb site for a different operator just because it was Guano. So it didn't have that much of an effect on us, really. And I don't think any of the bans they could have thrown at us would have really done that much, to be honest.
A very flexible team. That's exactly where I want to see Navi right now. Doki activated today. How do you tell you yourself as, I guess now the active in-game leader during the match? How do you know that the day is going to be a good day for Doki? As Des was explaining, is it going to be a 14-0 or a 0-14?
Oh, it's really hard to tell actually, because it's basically just round by round. And his mood swings very fast. So he's either the best player in the world or he's the worst player in the world. Just how it is. Yeah. So it's not really something you can control. You just have to, when he's playing well, like he did on those master attacks, where he just walks up and get a 3K for in 5 seconds. It's like, well, great. We'll take it. It's not much that much about activating him. We just let him do his thing, really.
Fair enough. Keep him on, I guess, a long leash in this case. Running the Ashe, which, as Jess was explaining, an operator that has really fallen in the pick rate overall. Do you think that is due to a meta change or Flores stepping in, or what's your take on that?
I think the recoil nerf hit a lot of players. It was the same with the Jaeger recoil nerf. It just made players not like the operator as much. But Doki really embraced the change, and he took pride in learning the recoil and, being a good Ashe main now, which, like you can see, even Shaiko, he stopped playing Ashe, right? So him being able to stick with Ashe, it's great to see, and he takes a lot of pride in being a good Ashe main.
Fair enough. I mean, things have changed since the early days of Siege, where you can say, taking pride in being an Ashe main. Nook, in the end, we saw the operator showing up. What's your take? What are you trying to build her into on Chalet?
It's just that, X factor at the end of rounds where it can really finish around or open up around in the end, because you still have nades on the Nook, especially, they're really strong, so you don't really lose anything from bringing her. And then even psychologically, just if the opponents know that you have a Nook, it makes them look for it constantly, and they're gonna, even if you don't flank with it, they're gonna be expecting a flank. Someone always has to watch for it, even if you have cameras. So it really drags the team apart, and I'd say it's more psychological than anything, that it just makes people worry about it and be aware of it, even though you might actually not even do it for anything special. So that's a big reason as to why you can bring it in competitive, especially.
Understandable. Even more when your opponents are bringing a clash, so one player just cannot be on cams the whole time. So that played really well in your hand. Well, Secretly, thank you so very much for being with us. Next Playday, you're going up against VP. That is July the 5th. That is next Monday. Anything you'd like to say to VP in preparation for that game and to the fans out there?
I don't really have much to say to VP. They're a very on and off team, so I don't really know what to expect out of that game. I'm sure it will be a close one, as it was last season. It ended on a blurred 1v3 clutch, so I'm sure they will be hungry for revenge after that one. But yeah, we're still feeling confident as usual. So
And to the fans out there?
Yeah. To the fans, thank you as always for sticking with us. #NaviNation. See you later.
All right. Thank you, Chenare. Thank you so much, Secretley. We hope to see you in our next Playday. Sorry for calling you Doki in the beginning. I know you can. I know
That's offensive. Really offensive.
Oh.
Okay. I'll get you surströmming one day if we end up going to Sweden. All right. Is that fair?
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. There you go. Until then, thank you so very much. We'll see you in our next Playday. Bye-bye, Secretley.
So, yeah.